What's going on, Master Duel fans? James here again. Part 2 of the Fusion / Link Festival. Well, in terms of the archetype separation, if you know what I mean. But technically it's part 3, but this event is a two-parter, so you guys know what I mean. Anyway, switching it over to the Link side of things, this time, judging by the hand, as you guys saw, for the archetype of Link choice, the return of these beautiful glossed out charmers. Let's get into the matchup. I'm sorry? The fact that I used Amazonis in the first half of the Fusion / Link Festival, and now it's like all of a sudden I'm against my own kind? Alright, let's see what you can do. After this deck list, I'm going to take a look-see. Amazonis Call for Amazonis Princess. Fire the Droll. Normal Princess, no search. Fusion Deployment. The beautiful, glossed out Amazonis Empress. Nice. For Big Queen herself, set 1 and pass. Spirit Charmers. Discard the partnerships, Hita, set, and flip up Awakening Spell. Normal to Hita, draw 1, special to Gigabyte and Ari Fire. Together for Hita. And before I go any further, if that set card happens to be Amazonis Onslaught, all I can say is it's time to play around Amazonis Onslaught, and that monster happens to be whoa! Salamangreat Heatleo. Now, when it comes to Heatleo in this specific event, to ensure the fact that instead of destroying, we need something to spin something back to the deck. Most cases, Heatleo can help out as of temporarily. When it comes to Salamangreat Heatleo, length 3, Fire Cyburst, 2300 attack. We all know what's up about Salamangreat Heatleo, but since this is Charmers, let's see what's the reason why about how incredible Heatleo really is. First chance Salamangreat Heatleo gets Link summoned, target one card in your opponent's spell trap zone, field spell doesn't count, shuffle it back into the deck. And then, obviously, the secondary effect, it has something to do with playing Salamangreats, but the case is, once per turn, during your main phase, if this card was Link summoned using Heatleo as material, target one face-up monster anywhere on the field and one monster in your graveyard. The attack of the first target becomes equal to the other targets until the end of the turn. But realistically, we are using Heatleo. The real purpose is to spin back one back row at a time. Heatleo. Oh! I expected Onslaught, but Amazonis Hall. Oh, and realistically, about Amazonis Hall, in one of my notable lists, as I have the video up, one of those times in the near future, Amazonis Hall is not on my list because I never really saw the point of recurring Amazonis monsters throughout the whole entire early game setup when there's literally no targets in terms of Amazoness monster. Like, it's not going to help you, and all I can say is if you cannot push forward with that Amazoness lines to create, then it's basically Hall does nothing at the slightest to me. So let's see what's the reason why that in one of my lists that I do not play Amazoness Hall. When this card is activated, take one Amazoness monster from your graveyard or face-up extra deck and either add it to the hand, or if it is a pendulum monster, place it in your pendulum zone. If a monster's more than one is special summoned to your opponent's field while you control an Amazoness monster outside of the damage step, target one of those opponent's monsters, gain life equal to its attack. And that effect of gain life is once. Spin back Amazoness Hall, chalice the Big Queen. Well, so much for capitalizing the whole advantage on Big Queen when Nibiru can tribute the whole entire monster board lineup. And pass after that Nibiru shenanigans. Fusion deployment. Glossed out Empress for Big Queen. Nibiru over token, Big Queen 24. Top decks ready fusion. The Musician King returns. Now, in this specific spicy tech card of Musician King, if you notice, Spellcaster 1500 defense, which also means Possessed Partnerships has the synergy with the Musician King. Spellcaster 1500 defense. Normal the Asa, Awakening spell to draw one. Send the 2 for Reaper. Reaper, revive Hida. Take the 2 into Asa. Reaper, getting the partnerships. Spirit Charmers, discard the partnerships. Area, set the unpossessed. Asa, steal the Big Queen. 2 for Celine. 8 spell counters. Revive Musician King. Now, in this specific maneuver, I thought for sure I had enough Link monsters in terms of different attributes, which I do for the sake of access code, but the problem was, since picking Musician King, access code, obviously, it requires effect monsters. So the backup plan was, instead of access code, Unchained Abomination at its finest. Abomination over Nibiru. Effect to kill off Big Queen. And pass. Drew, flip up Unpossessed. And pass. No trigger on Abomination. Normal area. Draw one from Awakening spell. 36, 24, 50. Set 1. And pass. Top decks call. Getting Princess. Normal to Princess. Fire off the Imperm. And you deserve that one, to be honest. Princess effect, discard Poly, you're under Imperm, and crash for game. When it comes to Amazoness, I can't teach my opponents new tricks. So let's see the deck list for that matter. Okay, so Amazoness Scouts, it's not necessary anymore because two reasons. One, the tribute is pointless. You lose your own monster for that matter. Plus, now that Amazoness Augusta exists, realistically, you don't need Amazoness Scouts anymore because Augusta has the built-in anti-target permanently as long as she's face up on the field. So realistically, I do not play Scouts. Baby Tiger, anyone can play 1, 2, or 3, but realistically, 1 to 2 is fine. Spiritualist, it is a 1 of because it's searchable. Spy, 1 of. Princess is a 3 of. War Chief, realistically, it's a 1 of. You don't want War Chief to become bricky as it already is. Same thing with Amazoness Queen. You don't want to dead draw or just brick up a lot. Unless you have the Onslaught. But otherwise, these two are just dead draws by themselves. Like, don't get me wrong. War Chief setting the village or poly for those playlines, crazy. But Big Queen by herself, if you have 2 of those in your hand, it does nothing. And then the pendulums, realistically, I really do not play those pendulums, to be honest, because this version of the build I have, the deck already can OTK if doing the correct lines properly. Anyone can play 1 to 2 or even 3 poly in that Amazoness list, so sure, no problem. Reborn Rhoda, yup, Promotion. Target 1 level 3 or lower Earth Warrior you control, send it to the grave, and if you do, special 1 level 4 or higher warrior from your deck. Then, if you control a puppet monster when this effect was originally used, that special summon monster gains that much attack defense from the number of cards currently in your opponent's grave times 100. 1 promotion per turn. I mean, I can understand why about fetching Big Queen and War Chief in case if you don't see any of those from your deck. Also, why didn't I think of promotion in the first place? Fusion deployment, sure. Instant access to Big Queen in case if you don't see the card. 2 village, realistically, in pure builds, 2 is fine, but to me, I personally play 1. Super Poly, cards correct. 3 call, yep, correct. 2 secret arts, correct. Anyone can play 1, 2, or 3 onslaughts, sure. I do not play Hall and then Hot Spring. Let's see. Upon activation, take 1 Amazoness from deck and either add it to the hand, or if it's a pendulum, place it in scale. I do not play the Hot Spring because card is literally too slow in terms of searching it. And on top of that, despite the fact that it can be searched out, 2 reasons why or more about I don't play the card. 1, Ash Blossom is a card. And 2, I never really saw the point about how good Hot Springs really is. Like, if you cannot gain your life points back after putting so much pressure on your opponent, it's not worth doing so. And then extra deck, the basic stuff of Amazoness, sure. And then Radiant, also obvious. Anaconda, for the sake of fusion deployment, so that makes sense. Selene, unless if I'm missing something off from the main deck. Also Link being the spellcaster, of course, and then access route. Yeah, realistically, I'd say the build is hit and miss, but I feel like it needs to be a lot more consistent, to be quite honest. And this next matchup with this hand, absolutely insane. Hey, glossed out 1 day apiece. Funny enough, I do have a glossed out 1 day apiece as well, so could be anything. Plus, can't kill my opponent in the game throughout the whole entire next turn due to 1 day apiece anyway. So, does this change anything with that +1 card now? It actually does. Planet Pathfinder, terraforming into... Ain't no way that runics are legal for this event. Oh my god, they're all legal. That's crazy, dog. Get the fountain. Fountain placed. Or activated. Dispelling for Sleipnir. Recycle 1. Top decks. Fusion Destiny. For the sake of Destroyer, Phoenix Enforcer. And pass. Generate a token. First things first. During your main phase or opponent's battle phase, as a quick effect, target one face-up monster your opponent controls, banish both that monster and its card. So Sleipnir is the built-in SP in terms of battle phase, since it's my turn. DPE, we all know what's up with DPE. Spot removal on anyone's turn. And then Runic Fountain, Runic things from hand. Feather Duster. What's the set? Scrap Iron Scarecrow. When an opponent's monster declares an attack, target the attacking monster, negate the attack. Also, after that, reset button the card instead of sending it to the graveyard. Mind Control. Destroyers. Normalina, special to 2 animals of water and wind. Sleipnir being SP. Gigabyte and Token Crash for Nefarious. 2 animals into Asa Link. Asa Link for Planet Pathfinder. Planet Pathfinder Tribute for the Grand Spiritual Art Ichirin. Ichirin activate. Reveal Hida. Get the Inari Fire. Special Inari. Switch it up to Selene. Selene. 6 spell counters. Special Asa. Send it to for Awakening Reaper. Reaper revive Gigabyte. 2 together for Area Link. Reaper for Possessed Partnerships. And 1 set. The 2 monsters come back to the field. Now, with this board changed, we do have a Spellcaster 15 defense, so that's already guaranteed destruction. And then the field spell is there. Lina is there. It makes it so that the first monster effect that would attempt to resolve ends up negated. End phase partnerships. Revive Asa, destroy the Sleipnir. Special Renryu. Underworld Goddess of the Closed World. And Runic player scooped. DD Crow. Funny enough, I do have a glossed out DD Crow as well. Nice. Veiler does nothing. Kurikara. Cards Krat. 2 Ash. The Destiny Hero package of Denier. 2 Malicious. And the 2 Fusion Destiny, of course. 3 Planet Pathfinder. 2 Keeper of Dragon Magics. And 1 Nib. Traps. 3 Scrap Iron Scarecrow. Evenly matched in Perm. The 3 Tyrants trap cards. Temper, Tantrum, Throws. Temper. Unaffected by other trap cards. Tantrum. Your opponent cannot activate a spell card unless they also send 1 spell from the deck to the graveyard. That's no problem. Tyrant's Throws. No one can normal or special affect monsters. And the requirements for the Tyrant's continuous trap. Temper takes 1 monster to tribute. And both Tantrum and Throws. Tantrum, tribute 2 monsters for this to work. And Throws, tribute 2 normal monsters for Throws to work. Spell lineup. Raigeki, Swords of Ravine Light. 1 Day of Peace, glossed out by the way. Talents. 2 Soul Absorption. And an Runic standalone standard lineup. 1 Fountain. Allure. 2 Tip. 2 Flashing Fire. 1 Destruction. 2 Freezing Curses. 2 Slumber. 3 Smiting Storm, 2 Golden Droplet, and 3 Dispelling. Not to mention, 2 of them are being glossed out. Extra deck, the usual standalone Runics. Hugin, Gary, triple Frecky, triple Sleipnir, pretty straightforward. Baphomet, DPE, 2 Chimera the Illusion Beast, 1 of which is a Royal. Insane. Galaxy Eye Soul Flare Dragon. 1st year anniversary Royal Rare Luck, by the way. So shout outs to that person. Anaconda, Azalea. And this next matchup with this hand, hit and miss. Normal to Z Metal Tank. Okay, so Kaiba cards. And by the way, you guys, when it comes to Kaiba's indirect support, if any of you guys saw about the new cards coming out that they announced it all from OCG in the near future, they got way more indirect support for Kaiba's ABC and XYZ pieces coming out. If you know, you know. The Z Metal Tank to start off, and 3 back row. Mind Control, Normal to Hida, Special Inari Fire. Link the 2 into Hida. Whoa! 2 fires into Heat Leo. Spin move the back row. 1 of them. And 23 duress. Set a monster. Change your heart. W-Wing Catapult. There's the access code route. 53. Lethal. I felt like the game was way too quick, so let's see the list. Quite the whole entire janky concoction stuff, I'll give you that. So this must be the VWXYZ pieces with some of the Arm Dragon heroes and other jank shenanigans. Ancient Jar, the VWXYZ pieces, basic. E-Hero Neos, Fusion Parasite, Royal Rare Kurikara. Wow. Pixie Knight. If it's being sent to the graveyard as a result of battle, your opponent selects one spell card from your graveyard, top deck it. Karate Man. Double the original attack. If you use the effect though, this card gets killed during the end phase. 2 Armed Dragon Thunder level 3s, 2 level 5s, 2 level 7s, and then you also have the Royal Rare Stratos, courtesy of the Year 2 anniversary pulls, if I recall. Armed Dragon, the Armored Dragon, Phantom of Chaos, E-Heroes Prisma, Blazeman, Skilled Brown Magician, Iris Sword Soul, Zushin, the Sleeping Giant, 2 Armed Dragon Thunder level 10s, Trap Lineup, Mirror Force, Hero Emerges, Draining Shield, Golden Apples, Lost Wind, Evenly, Deep Grave, How Did I Get Here, Armed Dragon Thunderbolt, Split Mirror of the Underworld, Spell Lineup, Raigeki, Duster, Poly, Reborn, Level Up, Miracle Fusion, Double Summon, 1 day apiece, a Wild Monster Appears. If only your opponent controls a monster, special summon from your hand one monster with an original level of 10 or lower that cannot be normal summon set, ignoring the summon condition, unaffected by your card effects except its own. Shuffle it back into the deck during your opponent's next end phase. For the rest of this turn, you cannot normal summon set or special summon monsters, and your opponent takes no damage. Fusion Deployment, Ultimate Slayer, Time Tearing Morganite, Power of the Guardians, Kayori Gitsu, Special 1 level 4 lower fairy, spellcaster, winged beast, or beast warrior from your hand, and if you do, equip it, then return all dragon monsters on the field to the hand. During the end phase, if this card is in the graveyard just because it was sent there from the spell trap zone while face up, add 1 poly spell, fusion spell, or fusion parasite from deck to hand, each effect once. Note to self, craft this SR. Fusion Recycling Plant, Legacy of the Duelist, Backup Squad, Gingerbread House, Armed Dragon Lightning, Spell Shattering Arrow, Clashing Souls, Forbidden Droplet, Overfusion. Extra deck, VW, Grand Merge, E-Hero Grand Merge, Neos Knight, XYZ Dragon Cannon, VWXYZ Dragon Catapult Cannon, Gear Free, Guilty Gear Free, the Magical Steel Knight, Guardian Chimera, Armed Dragon Catapult Cannon, Destiny Hero Dominance, wake up your elemental hero. Arm Neos, Defender of the Labyrinth, Deco Talker, BLS Link, Topologic Zero Boros. Quite the jank list. And last but not least, with his hand, hit and miss. Set, Millennium Revelation. So, Egyptian gods. Normalina. There's the reflex line. To set and pass. On draw, activate partnerships. Ghost Sisters and Spooky Dogwood. Normal Dark or Special to Dark. Kill off the slime. Raigeki. And phase. Wait, what? Hold on. During anyone's turn, except the end phase, discard this, apply this effect. Each time your opponent's specials and effect monsters during the main phase or battle phase. But wait a minute though. When was the time the draw phase? Of course. Since I happen to use the partnerships on draw phase, the fact that Ghost Sisters life point gain only works on either main phase or battle phase, and since we didn't reach main phase at the time the special summon happens, as a result, the life points are cut in half. So guys, that's gonna do it for now. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share. And if you haven't already, smash the notification bell to keep yourself constantly updated. And we'll catch you guys next time.